Just got some new gear, getting ready to do the unboxing. So first up, new PRS SE Studio in a finish that I think and hope looks really cool. Let's see. Wow, look at this. Alright, PRS SE Studio. Very nice. So, PRS, I've been playing guitar a long time, over 23 years now. I've always been kind of an ESP LTD guy, and I also like Ibanez. This is an Ibanez Premium UV7, not the actual UV7, I think it's the new UV70P, I believe it's called. I found this from Trey Azagtote in Morbid Angel. He used to use the original UV7, the Ibanez Universe. Those are very, very expensive. This one runs about $1,500. Still sounds great. Really like that one, but my favorite Ibanez is my Prestige. These are made at their factory in Japan. They are really breathtaking. Pleasure to play, and the floating bridges on these are smoother than any Floyd Rose I've ever played. I mean, this is by far the best floating bridge I've ever used, but floating bridges, while fun to use, can be a real pain in the ass, which is why the second guitar I just bought, along with this SE Studio, is an S2. And I kid you not, I didn't know much about PRS really until I picked this one up in store, and for some reason this was the nicest guitar I've ever played. It has this hard to see right now, but it has this satin neck finish, so it's like natural wood grain right underneath it, as opposed to like a thick glossy layer of paint. So it really plays nice. I first discovered PRS, well, I'd heard the name. I never really knew much about them. I never even picked one up until a couple weeks ago. And I don't know why, I just always kind of steered clear. But I remember when I was 12, in like 2002, when I was first getting into metal, I remember picking up a copy of Cradle of Filth's Midian at a Best Buy of all places. And I remember reading that one of the guitarists was endorsed by PRS, so that kind of planted a seed that, hey, these actually can handle high gain and pretty much anything in between. I also like the inlay on this because it kind of reminds me of my studio, Lava Falcon Studios, so fits, I think it's appropriate. So I got the SE Studio here as kind of a Swiss Army knife guitar. I didn't want another floating bridge. I wanted either a fixed bridge or a hardtail. I have 10 guitars right now. I definitely don't want another floating bridge. Some of those are classical. I have a bass, etc., but I like the PRS bridges because they're kind of like a Strat bridge, so you don't need locking nuts. They do have locking tuners. This one does. This one doesn't, but I'll probably replace those. I like that it has like a Strat bridge, so you can do dive bombs and go bend a little bit up, but the tuning is super stable, and you don't have to go through that jigsaw Rubik's Cube lament configuration hell that is a floating bridge, like an actual locking nut, Floyd Rose or Edge Zero kind of floating bridge. They're cool, man. They're fun to use. I use them in a lot of my recordings, but just a nightmare to change the strings and setup, even after doing it all these years. So excited about the PRS. I think what I'm going to do is sell one of my Cordobas and get a Yamaha Revstar. Believe it or not, when I was looking for like a Swiss Army knife, because I don't always do black and death metal. A lot of times with the Qutana stuff, I'm doing kind of jazzy, blues, rock, progressive rock sort of sound. So I want more of like a vintage, kind of crunchy, but something that can still handle a lot of distortion. So the Revstar, man, if you guys haven't heard of that, Revstars they play so high above their price point. They have stainless steel frets, stuff you wouldn't normally see on anything below like an American Strat, right, which are thousands of dollars in some cases. So they really do play nice. A lot of cool features, great pickups. So I will probably get that as well. I was kind of between an SC Studio and the Rostar anyway. So new guitars, and then I also picked up this bad boy right here. This is, I'm using a lot of Universal Audio stuff these days. They are by far my favorite. So this is a satellite with 8 more DSP processors. I love all the attention to detail on these. This pairs with the Apollo. So the Apollo Twin here comes with 2 DSP cores, which means if I'm running stuff like, you know, I got a lot of native Universal Audio stuff, which has a little X in front of the name. You can see right here. And these you can run all the native plugins, which are more recent. You can run all of those right from your computer. But if you want to use stuff like, a lot of their plugins are not native still. They require the hardware to run. So for example, there's a new song I'm working on. This one. This guy, the Culture Vulture, is one of the most DSP intensive saturation plugins I've ever used, but it sounds amazing. So now instead of being able to use like 2 of them, I can use 3 of them. Just kidding. I can use like, I don't know, probably at least 8 or 10 at once with all these cores. Probably much more than that. I also picked this up. This is pretty cool. I think I got one of the last ones. It's kind of crazy. You can change the head. You can change the hands. It's got all these cool little different hands. Little Baphomet kind of hands, the sword. So originally the plan was I was going to get like 3 or 4 of them, hang them from a TV or this computer monitor, and just have them fight forever and kill each other. But those little bastards told me when I ordered them that all the other ones are out of stock, so that sucked. Then I got this cool King Diamond one from the same company, Abigail era. So that's pretty neat. And yeah, that's it. Oh, and I picked up not too long ago this new Qutana Artist. I've got a Qutana 100. I have updated my pedal board, but I still have to set this thing up, man. So got a Whammy DT, Boss Looper, Big Sky by Strymon, great reverb, running 2 chalks, power supplies. This guy, of course, the heavy metal pedal, which is the one the Entombed guys use. That's how you get that Swedish death metal sound. It's great. This is a remake of the PV6505, I think. You just run it. You can run it as a DI straight in your audio interface, through an amp cab, whatever you want. Some Walrus Audio stuff. This MXR Joshua is pretty cool. And of course, these are like little UA, Universal Audio pedal versions of the LA2A compressor and the 1176. Sentry noise gate. I gotta stop selling pedals, man. I haven't even used a lot of them. I keep selling them for guitars I don't need. But yeah, so a lot of cool new gear. And working on this new song. But yeah, I've been going hard with the music lately. I think the last 6 months I put out A District for Eternity, did all the artwork, formatted everything, just put it out on CD and vinyl. Every day off I've been working 12, 14 hours straight from the time I wake up till the time I go to bed. I am starting to get pretty tired. I'm definitely burning out, so I'll keep making music, but I might just go back to practicing guitar for a change. Who would have thought, you could just sit around and enjoy the instrument. So I'll probably go back to that. Anyway, a lot of cool new gear.